I am Nana Dr. Michael Agyekum Addo. We are going to discuss the principles of success and wealth creation, honesty and reliability, hard work. Don't spend it all. After that, we'll discuss investment, how to invest. Then I'm saying that you don't have to forget your history, who you are, and where you belong to. Then we'll touch on the God factor. Finally, patience. All these ingredients will go into one being successful. Then, because entrepreneurship is the order of the day, we'll also discuss the entrepreneurial revolution in the 21st century, so that graduates and then those who will be watching home base would also arm themselves with the ingredients of becoming a good entrepreneur. There's going to be a series of both the principles of wealth creation, which addresses attitude, and that of the fundamentals of entrepreneurship. Home base is the action point. Stay tuned and go by the series. Thank you. Right, viewers, it's nice to come your way again. Today we are going to discuss fear of God and patience. So if you've already done 5 principles, let's go through honesty and reliability as 1, hard work 2, don't spend it all, that's your savings culture 3, investment will be 4, and last week we did don't forget your history. Shall we have some questions? I want to know whether you've been following and you are right on top of these discussions on entrepreneurship. So I'm going to ask you some few questions, and next week we'll see if your answers are right with mine. Number 1, honesty and reliability are the same, true or false? I repeat, honesty and reliability are the same, true or false? Number 2, paper money is spiritual money, true or false? Paper money is spiritual money, true or false? Number 3, the ant is one of the greatest entrepreneurs. The ant, the insect ant, is one of the greatest entrepreneurs. True or false? Number 4, the ruler. The ruler, is it a reliable tool or an honest tool? The ruler that we use in classrooms, is it a reliable tool or an honest tool? Choose one. Number 5, if you are known to be pestering customers to buy your products all the time, can it be seen as hard work? You pester your customers to buy your products. Can it be considered as hard work? You have to answer that one. Number 6, which of the following behaviors is not an attribute of a hard-working person? Which of the following behaviors is not an attribute of a hard-working person? Self-control, selflessness, self-introduction. Self-control, selflessness, and self-introduction. Which of the following behavior is not an attribute of a hard-working person? Number 7, developing roots, that's developing your financial roots, is income, expenditure, or savings? Which of them? Developing your financial root, can you be considered as income, expenditure, or savings? You have to choose one. Number 8, good name can be considered as expenditure or income. Which of them? Good name, good reputation can be considered as expenditure or income. Choose one. Number 9. Selflessness is an attribute of savings culture, being a reliable person, or just fear of God. Selflessness is what? A savings culture, being reliable, or fear God. Number 10, and that's final one for this section. Money, manpower, and machine. Which one is the most important factor to an entrepreneur? Money, manpower, machine. Which of them? Which one is the most important factor to an entrepreneur? These are the 10 questions. I hope to get your good answers through HB or home-based television. The number is under the screen. Give your answers to them either by mail or by WhatsApp. Eventually, we hope to give some awards to the one who gets 100% of these answers. To your friend, to tell your friend, to tell your friend that there's going to be a good award for these. Next week, when we answer the questions, I'm sure you will love it to see how you performed. Today, we are going to tackle fear of God or Allah. According to this book, The 7 Principles of Success and Wealth Creation, we are saying that we are discussing the ingredients for you to become a successful entrepreneur and to create wealth. Fear of God is so important a factor and just cuts across all religions. So it's either God or Allah or nature or energy, as you consider it to be. The existence of this force or energy, which include the rising and setting of the sun, seasons, force of gravity, your heartbeat, the sea, air, plants, animal life, and many more things are beyond human knowledge. And that's what we talk about nature or God. So in the holy book, the Bible, in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7, says that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The 6 principles is to follow the laws and rules of religion. In fact, any of the religions that accept nature as God. That is the key to consolidate your gains up to the 5th principle and even sustain and grow your wealth. The Christian religion summarizes it as love your neighbor as yourself. Therefore, do unto others as you wish them to do unto you. That's the fear of God. A good understanding here of all that they do in this commandment. It is very important not only to study the word of God or listen to the word, but the principles learned must be practiced in order to derive the results of success and wealth creation from any of the religious books and clergymen, the Quran, the Torah, all these books, the Buddhists, the Hindus, they all have their books and they all end up succeeding because it shapes your life. The fear of God is truly the beginning of wisdom because it guides you in terms of difficulties, in terms of challenges, problems in your business life. You've got to find a way of answering these problems and giving solutions to all challenges. You can get it from your holy books. If you fear God, you will keep away from your neighbor's wife. You avoid quarrels. You avoid exploitation, borrowing without paying. You avoid cheating, paying bribes to put innocent people in jail. If you fear God, you should display these 3 F's. Be fair, friendly, and be firm to all people at all times. If you fear God, you eschew envy and jealousy. Don't be envious, my friend, and don't be jealous. They will destroy you. Rather, be happy for people's success. Seriously. If you love God, you will obey his commandments, which means that love your neighbor as yourself. Share his success story. Don't be envious and try to destroy, try to bring him down. That PhD syndrome in Ghana should be off. Rather, be content with what you have and show gratitude at all times. I want to emphasize on being grateful. A lot of people are so ungrateful, and it pains people that had done some good to you if you do not show any gratitude. Kindly read the book, The Science of Riches, and it will tell you that gratitude is a major sign of being rich. Again, if you fear God, you will sincerely praise people. Sincerely, not flattering and not teasing. If you want to praise someone, praise sincerely. Many people get power and lord it over others. Instead, use your position, your authority, or the power you have to help other people get out of distress situations, encourage the downhearted, and even direct and show the way out of their problems. My dear friend, bankers in this country should rather educate their clients as to how to create funds. Teachers should study harder to teach better. Professionals should do their work with passion. Love the work you do and do it well. King Midas wanted to be the richest man on earth by obtaining gold from anything he touched, but instead he became miserable as his daughter, whom he hugged, and the food he touched all turned into solid gold. After the spell was reversed, he then said to himself, I asked for riches that I might be happy. I became poorer that I might be wise. That is King Midas. He went for a spell that everything that he touched should be money. I hear and I read that of late, ritual methods are to make people rich. As an entrepreneur, that get rich quick is not the way for us or for you. I will not admonish and I will not advise that. Go through the mill. If the bread doesn't go through the mill, the stages, you won't get a good bread. Rather get a charred bread or uncooked bread. Go through the mill. Go through the apprenticeship. Take your time. 3 years to be a hairdresser. 3 years to be a carpenter. Please go through the mill. Be a good apprentice. Help your owner, help your founder, help your boss. And by so doing, you become a master of the craft. If you run very fast, and take it from me, if you run too fast, you may crash. You may crash. Don't rush so that you don't crash. Otherwise, the mantra is, if you rush, you crash. If you rush, you crash. If you fear God, you will be content with what you have. Contentment. Otherwise, the more you want to acquire, the more you want to impress by getting so much money, my dear friend, the greedier you become. And the Holy Book says that the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. Even though money answers everything. If you have money, you can do a lot. That's why we are teaching entrepreneurship, to be able to have the means to buy whatever you want to do whatever you want to achieve whatever. But the love of it, how can somebody go and sleep at the cemetery, put himself in the coffin, only to make money? How can you take somebody's blood to make it into a pomade, to besmear yourself, to make you rich? How can you get a snake in a box in your room to make you rich? These are funny information that they give us, but it's not true. Otherwise, how can these people, that is the whites, the Western world, or even the Chinese, they have their books for entrepreneurship. And that's what I'm trying to campaign, trying to admonish you. Because we have the books to teach entrepreneurship, to teach how to create wealth, how to make money, how to run your business in marketing, in accounting, in procurement, whatever. How then do you go for ritual murder, to get blood, to make money? My dear friend, it's not the right way. If you challenge me that you can do it, I tell you, it's all tricks of the game. It's like magic. Please, avoid it. Go through an apprenticeship. Learn the trade. Learn whatever it is to make money. And that's what we are teaching. Be honest and be reliable. Hard work. And the little money that you make, please don't use it all at all times. Save some. Try to think about investment. Try to do certain things that will complement whatever you are doing, please. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget your history. And now we are saying, fear God. These are the ingredients of being an entrepreneur. So these episodes that we are doing, the money that I'm trying to teach how to make to become an entrepreneur, is something interesting, something good. And I wish that you can continue to follow the teachings. A lady's objective of getting closer to a rich man was to get a portion of his estate should he die. She confessed this herself, that some people are basically selfish. All those acquaintances that you will have may not necessarily be genuine. They will ask for money and then other favors. They will even demand from you things that you do not have and cannot even afford. Most often, you end up stealing. And I will take this opportunity also to tell our Christian folk that if you have been promised, if there's a prophecy that a year by now, you should have a car, you should have built your house, ask yourself, how much income do you make? So I'm saying that the faster you build your house, check where you are getting the income from. If it's not by stealing or by cutting corners, then how are you making the money to put up that building? And I know that most people that are also building people's houses for them, they also cut corners, take some of the cement to put up their own, and so on and so forth. Ghanaians, my dear friends, to be an entrepreneur, it should be a legitimate way of making money. There shouldn't be any shortcuts. The sixth principle is as important, that's the fear of God, as the first, being reliable. Obey the laws of religion and be a reliable, credible, and trustworthy person. My final advice to you is value these three things: religion, prayers, and experience. Experience comes from your faults, your failures, and whatever that you've been, the challenges that you get in your life. Do not ascribe this to Satan or the devil. Rather, learn from it. Please, learn from it. The more you are upright and righteous, the more successful you become. Please go by your achievement through apprenticeship, through training. And the more you train, the better you become. According to Allen, 1999, the universe does not favor the greedy, the dishonest, and the vicious. Although sometimes, temporarily, it may appear to do so, it rather helps the honest, the magnanimous, and the virtuous. According to Allen, the universe as it is rather helps people that are magnanimous, that are virtuous, that are honest, that are generous. All the great teachers of various religions have taught their followers to do what is right. Achievement of whatever kind comes through self-control, self-discipline, humility, and a positive mental attitude. Of late, most management schools are teaching emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. But I will hammer on the social skills that you need to have. The wisdom to handle your relationships. It could be your spouse, your dating partner, it could be your school, your church, your family, your household people, your friends. If you fear God, you handle them well. You wish them well. You not be envious and jealous and try to destroy them. It will not help you if you want to be a good entrepreneur. I pray that you educate yourself in the virtues of men and the society. People ascend in life, they go higher in life, and fail later when they allow arrogance, selfishness, and corruption sets in. I've seen so many rich people that had become haughty, arrogant, and in no time, at their last days, they become paupers. Be aware of that. It's not changing so, nor so changing so, or so changing, which is which? Changing so is when you've made it, and then later you become poor. And so changing is when you are so poor that eventually you become rich. That is better. So changing is better. Riches do not give happiness, oh my dear friend. So don't think that when you become rich you'll be happy. Go and ask them. They are rather worse off. Sometimes they cannot sleep out of the tension, the excitement, what money brings. Money, the root of all evil, if you love it. I'd rather admonish and rather advise you to have peace. Try to be at peace with all. Then you'll be a very good entrepreneur. My final advice to you on wealth creation, that's the final principle, is patience. Patience. The principle of success and wealth creation admonishes us to be patient. Patience is a virtue which anybody who wants to be successful must have. It takes time to start a business. It takes time to grow the business. It takes time to acquire wealth. In fact, if within 1 month you have acquired 3 cars, you put up your building, hey, Unsro. Unsro as an entrepreneur. And you are doing all these big things. All of a sudden, within 6 months, 1 year, the society see you as different. Your village people, your friends are seeing you, hey, Unsro, as an entrepreneur. Go gingerly, slowly. I don't mean to go like the worm or the snail. No. But don't go as fast as the computer will also tell you. You speak to people in America and in Japan at the same time. That fast food type, the microwave type of business is not advisable. It takes time to develop a tadpole to a frog, from egg to a larva, to a pupa, to a full adult butterfly, from a fetus to a baby, a child, then to an adolescent, and finally to an adult. It is the same process in all aspects of life. Animals that are born in the same form as their mother even are weak and frail and take time to mature. And when they do, they are usually very strong. Don't allow anybody to rush you through life by forcing you to cut corners and take shortcuts. Take your time and do things right. Remember, patience moves mountains. Most of the great and wealthy people you see today did not achieve success in a day. As the adage goes, Rome was not built in a day. It is the same in business. Be patient, my dear friends. Let me give you an analogy of the Chinese bamboo. There is a bamboo tree in China which is planted extensively. You need to water it, fertilize it, and then weed around it. Meanwhile, you don't see anything. It's not growing. Until 4 years later, then this Chinese bamboo will start to shoot. It, however, grows such a length of like 45 feet within 3 weeks. But you would have struggled to get it done for 4 good years. That's how it requires patience. Otherwise, you forget about it. Without the watering and other care within the first 4 years, the tree will not grow. Avoid the care, and the bamboo will be dead. This activity requires patience, coupled with faith, doing the right thing one day at a time, and you will get your bamboo and wealth with time. As already discussed with respect to investment, grow your business at 3 to 5 year intervals. The road to success and wealth creation is not and has never been smooth. There are many challenges you have to confront during that process. There are always vision destroyers who will tell you to forget about your dream because it's not possible. Nobody has ever done it. Vision destroyers could be your immediate friends and relatives, and they can be obstacles in your journey to be successful. Challenges come in many forms and in many ways in life. In fact, a life without challenges would be quite boring. Challenges in life should groom you to be patient and be wiser. You need to stand up to the challenges, but not in a rush. Take your time to think through the challenge before you attempt any solution. Consult experienced people, including professional consultants. Remember that nothing worthwhile in life comes without a struggle. I cannot agree more with Shivkera that parents destroy the very children they think they love most by not allowing them to struggle. To gain strength and experience, they pamper their children. They are rather destroying them. When we consider problems or obstacles, bottlenecks, misfortunes or tragedies as challenges, then we evolve and build on successes from the solution. But we simplify all these problems to Satan, to the devil. So we don't learn from our mistakes and we keep on. And that's the more reason why every year we give resolutions to make it and we are still the same. Because we don't want to learn from our mistakes. Patience, persistence, and perspiration make an unbeatable combination of success. This is a philosophy from Hill, 2004. Patience, persistence, and perspiration make an unbeatable combination of success. How nice. But on your road to success and wealth creation, beware of these 3 things. That there will be disappointments, there will be downfall, and there could also be death. Consider these 3. Disappointments, downfall, and death will come our way. So, abotre, patience is abotre. With patience, you can dissect and find the heart of the ant. I'm so grateful that you've been so patient enough to listen. I'm so happy that you think you can do it, can become an entrepreneur. The fact that you've been following our series tells me that you really want to make it. And I tell you, and I give you the challenge that in a year's time, you give testimonies if you follow the principles and implement them. Next week, we'll also talk about entrepreneurship, the fundamentals of it. So stay tuned. Try to watch home-based television all Mondays, 7 p.m. to 8 o'clock, and then you get the principles of how to be an entrepreneur with Nana Dr. Michael Agyekum Addo. Cheero.
Have you ever wondered what plus-size ladies go through? I'm talking about relationship, dating, family. Well, this is what Tech Choice is all about.
I chose this platform because I know when I come here, I'll get someone that I love and I'll meet my soul partner. Because you can't look at me. I'm very sexy and hot.
Oh, he wants to this thing in tree, right? Woman, we are dear, no. What day is a girl I'm saying no? No, wait, when you tell me that she knows you, I don't get it. She knows you how? That you are a womanizer?
She's quite sorry now.